Hello, everybody out there in YouTube, Rumble, and Xland. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And let's finish talking about this episode, all right? Of Sucks in the City. I'm sorry, and Just Like Crap. That's what the show is, crap. Let's finish up this episode here, okay? With these bitches from New York, all right? Now, real quickly, I want to say that I follow other YouTube reviewers. Okay, so I know a lot about what other people are talking about the show as well as I do my own review. Now, I'm not influenced by them at all. I just like to hear people see if they caught the same thing that I did. Because when I watch these episodes, and I was a big fan of the original show, I watched last year, I reviewed every episode, and I reviewed every episode from last season too, unfortunately. Okay, that's why I'm reviewing this, because I swore that I would finish. All right, but when I watch other reviewers, when I listen to them, I try to see things, like if maybe I missed something, because a lot of times reviewers will catch things that I missed. Like Drag Dungeon, they're pretty good about that. That's why they take them so long to do their videos, because they go through every single fucking scene, and research it pretty well. Okay, but so far, most of the people that I watch, that I listen to, that put out their videos, they're on the same page as me. So I know I'm not alone in my opinions. I know I'm not alone in thinking the way that I do, okay? Because a lot of people are upset with the show. Now, I am going to say this. This season is better than last season. I know, but I don't lie here. I tell you the truth, all right? This season is better than last season. Not much better, but it is better. They're going back to the formula from Sex and the City. There were the first, 3 seasons where Kara would meet a guy, they fuck a guy, find something wrong with the guy, then get rid of the guy. They're going back to that again, okay? Which is kind of, I guess, new or something now, okay, because we haven't seen that in a long time, but that was the old formula, and they're bringing that back again. So that's kind of something. At least we know that formula works, okay? What pisses me off is when we got characters like Shay, okay? So Shay's had her one and done, okay? Miranda and her are not together anymore. Why the fuck are we still looking at her? Why the fuck is she still there? That never happened before, okay? That's one of the reasons the show still sucks. Is because a character like Shay, okay, they would have fucked, they would have done all that stuff, they would have broken up, and that would have been it. That character's gone. You're not going to see them again. Okay, we don't want to see them again. Okay, if you look at like exes from these girls before, that's usually what happened. For the most part, that's what happened. Not all the time, but that's usually what happened. Okay, they would fuck a guy. If the guy was lucky, he would last a couple of episodes, and then they'd find something wrong with him, and they got rid of him. We never see that guy again. That's usually what happened. There are exceptions, obviously. Steve, Big, Aiden, guys like that. Okay, but for the most part, that's what would happen. Okay, something they would fuck for a while, or one episode, especially in the first 2 seasons. One episode they would fuck, and then that would be it. Okay, every once in a while they show up longer. Like someone like a Richard or something. But then they'd be gone, and that would be it. We never see them again. All right. But for some reason, Shay's still sticking around, okay? So that's telling me that the show has an agenda. They're trying to push something, okay? Well, if you look at the creative team, everyone on the creative team is a fucking trans or a fucking gay or a fucking something or a lesbian or some shit, okay? There's no straight people involved in this show, just like there was no straight guys involved in the original show, okay? So they're just pushing a narrative. That's what they're trying to do. They're pushing a fucking narrative, okay? They don't want to let go of it, even though these characters serve no purpose. I already said before, Seema serves no purpose on this show, okay? Neither does Naya. She serves no purpose. Lisa Todd Wexley serves no purpose. Okay, these women are just there to be there. Okay, they don't actually contribute anything to the show. They don't do anything to the show. We don't really care about their lives. They haven't known these women. They barely know the 3 main characters, Charlotte, Miranda, and Carrie. So they're just there. You see what I mean? They're just there. Okay, and we get to look at their lives, and we didn't ask to look at their lives. We don't want to look at their lives. There's nothing exciting or sensual about them. Okay, it's just your typical fucking rom-com bullshit. Okay, I mean, what is Lisa Todd Wexley and her husband? Okay, they're just another version of Charlotte and Harry, a black version of Charlotte and Harry. That's it. I mean, we don't need to see that. Okay, what is Naya? Naya is just a black version of fucking Miranda. Okay, a lonely woman, but she's black and straight. Okay. What is Seema? Seema is trying to fill in for Samantha, but she didn't have the charisma that Samantha had, okay? She's just a fucking 50-something-year-old, lonely old woman who treats everybody like shit and acts like she's a boss bitch. And has no problem telling you how much of a boss bitch she is as well, okay? Samantha did the same thing, okay? But Samantha, we liked her, okay? She had a charismatic personality, okay? But Seema doesn't, okay? So what the fuck? We don't care. We don't care if fucking her date has to fucking pump himself up to get a hard on. We don't care. You see what I mean? It doesn't matter. It's dumb. We're not invested in them, okay? The same thing with Shay. What the fuck? What the fuck is she still doing there? We don't need her. They're trying to humanize her this season. They're trying to make her like, oh yeah, she got problems too, because she had no problems last season. Okay, she was just a force of nature. She just went in there and just started fucking people, and that was that. She was this boss. Now she's like insecure and emotional and not sure of herself, and and worried about her future. And it turns out that she loves dogs. Well, of course you love dogs. You're fucking Miranda. Okay, so like that kind of stuff. They're trying to fix what they did in the first season. All this shit they should have done in the first season. Okay, they're trying to do that now, and we don't care. No, really, we don't care. I don't care. I don't care about them. Okay, I cared about Samantha, Carrie, Charlotte, and Miranda, but Miranda's just a fucking bitch and a half. She's worse than she was in Sex and the City, if that's fucking possible. Okay, Charlotte is worse than she was in Sex and the City. She turned into a total fucking bitch. Okay, a total fucking airhead bitch. Okay, I mean, she was always an airhead, but she was never a bitch before. She's a bitch now. Okay, that's fucking sad. That's really like, oh my God, what the fuck did you do to fucking Charlotte? Okay, Carrie is just fucking reliving her youth. Okay, all the women on the show are just trying to relive their youth. They won't let go of the past. They think that maybe if they move back to their old house, if they dress the way they used to dress, if they act the way they used to act, okay, then all the good things that happened back then will happen again. Okay, with the same people. Okay, that's very immature. And for a woman who's 58 years old, that's pretty sad too. It's pretty fucking sad. But because this show's written by gay guys and lesbians and trans things, men with vaginas, then they're going to go, oh, no problem. If she wants the 90s come back, boom, they're back. We got all the actors back. Boom, it's back. You see what I mean? It's like, okay, another woman would be completely unattractive, repellent to men. Men would not find her attractive at all. Okay. But since, gay guys and men with vaginas are writing the show, poof, all of a sudden, the most high value men in the world all want to fuck her. You see what I mean? That's just not realistic. It's not true. Okay, I'm gonna raise the bullshit flag on that stuff. Okay, I'm not saying that men are perfect. We're far from perfect. Okay, but there's certain things that most men will and will not do. Okay, and this show seems to not understand that. They seem to think that all men are this way, so they'll just fucking do it, and it's just not true at all. I mean, look at the examples of men. We only have one real man on this show, and that's Steve. Okay, and we don't get to see enough of him. Okay. And out of all the characters on this show, he's probably the one that got shit on the most. More so than the women on this show. Okay? More so than, yes, Carrie lost her husband, okay? But first of all, she killed him. And second of all, she inherited all of his money. So she can do whatever the fuck she wants now, okay? It's not like she has to work anymore. Okay? She works for fun now. She doesn't have to work for anybody, for herself. So it's like we don't really have any sort of empathy with these characters anymore. Okay? And that's bad. That's bad. What they should have done, they should have brought in some characters that were likable, that we rooted for, and then slowly do the transition off of the main three women and transition to the new women. Okay, but they didn't do that. They just brought us these women that we don't give a shit about, and they're just showing us their lives, even though we don't give a shit about them. Like I don't give a fuck about Naya's dating life. Who gives a fuck about her dating life? Do you? I sure as fuck don't. You see, but yet they're gonna fucking focus on shit like that. We don't care. You're just wasting time on the show. Same thing with Seema. Who gives a fuck about Seema's dating life? I don't. It's pretty fucking pathetic. These women are all in their fucking 50s and 60s, and they're all still fucking single. That's pretty fucking sad. It really is, okay? It's not something to praise or be proud of, or I'm a boss bitch. No, it means you're fucking sad, okay? Because let me tell you something. I'm going to let you know a little secret that this show's not going to tell you, okay? But I'm going to tell you because I tell the truth here. That's what I do, okay? Women your age, okay, are not that attractive to men. They're not. Okay, you already had those years. Those years are gone. You can't go back there and bring them back. Okay? It's not realistic, and it's not very mentally sane. Okay? To try to, okay? But this show goes there, okay? Because I get it. It's a fantasy for women. They want to relive their youth. They want to remember what it was like when they could get young, hot, rich guys, and stuff. And now they can't, but they want to pretend that they can, so they watch this fucking show and they give you that fantasy, okay? It's like watching porn, man. It's like if you're a guy and you're in your fucking 60s, you can't date those fucking 21-year-olds anymore unless you're fucking super rich, and most guys aren't. So what do? You watch fucking porn, okay? That's what you fucking do, all right? Well, that's what this is, okay? This is women fucking trying to live out their fucking fantasies. The only thing that saves you, ladies, is that straight men don't watch this show. Because if they did, there would be a lot more fucking, what the fuck is this bullshit? Okay? But luckily they don't. I'm the only one. I'm the only straight guy that watches this show. All right? Now I've watched some other YouTube reviewers here, okay, and because I try to get other guys' opinions to see if anyone disagrees with me. And there's this one guy that I watch. I've been watching him for years. He actually doesn't really review TV shows and movies. He does a little bit. Mostly reviews comic books. I'm a comic book nerd. So I've been following him for many, many years. His name is, his handle on YouTube is Comics Matter with your boy Zach. He used to be called Diversity in Comics, all right? The guy's real name is Richard C. Meyer. Anyway, he makes comic books now, okay, independently, okay, and he's doing very well at it, okay? But he was a Marine like me. He was in the military, you know, because he talks about that every once in a while. And he was the first guy that pretty much I started following on YouTube way back like in 2015, 16, okay? And because he would critique the comic books that were coming out at that time and how bad they were, how they all went SJW. His big focus was on Captain Marvel. Yes, the Brie Larson Captain Marvel, okay? And how she's supposed to be the face of Marvel Comics now. They wanted to get rid of Spider-Man, get rid of all that shit, and just make this Brie Larson version of Captain Marvel to be like the mascot for Marvel Comics, and she ended up being the mascot for the death of fucking comic books, all right? And he's the one that was pointing that out way back like in 2016, okay? So I watched him a lot, okay? He's doing very well with his business, but for some reason, for some dumbass reason, I have no idea why. Like I said, he focuses on comic books. That's what he does. He makes comic books. That's what he does. Superhero shit, right? He posted a video yesterday about and just like that. Okay, which is a show I know a little something about as well. So I listened to this expecting to hear about comic books, and then he started talking about it just like that. Okay, and if you want to know about two guys that have completely different opinions, I posted this video on Twitter or X. I posted it under my channel on Twitter. Okay, so if you want to watch it, it's there. It's Comics Matter with your boy Zach. But oh my God, he just started talking about fucking And Just Like That, season 2, and how it's so much better than season 1, and blah, 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 and Shay is a 3-dimensional character now, and what the fuck are you talking? And he's straight. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? We're not watching the same show, man. We are not. So that kind of scared me there, okay? That this guy who's obviously a straight guy, comic book nerd like me, military guy like me, you know, we're around the same age. I think I'm a little bit older than him, you know, but we're around the same age. And, you know, and he just started talking about And Just Like That. And like what he took away from it is completely different than what I'm taking away from it, dude. I was like, dude, you need to turn in your man card, okay? You need to turn in your man card, all right? Because I just don't understand why. I mean, yes, the show is a little bit better than last season, but not much. Not much, man. The problems that were in last season are still here. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's coming from. All right, anyway, but if you want to watch that video, I already posted it on my Twitter. Okay, let's finish this episode, okay? So where we left off last time, okay, is Miranda put on this fucking dress. Okay, I'm supposed to say sexy dress, but she's not sexy, so I can't say that. She put on this blue dress, okay, and heels, and she's excited. She got invited to this Lesbos fucking house, her apartment. Okay, it's so scandalous and exciting. That's how she took it when she was bragging in front of Naya, who, by the way, is going to spend Valentine's Day alone with her fucking chocolate souffle, her bottle of wine, and her fucking vibrator. Okay, but not Miranda. So Miranda's all excited, okay, because she's actually going to get to go to someone's house. She's like, oh my God, I met her, I saw her, I approached her, I asked her out, and I got her. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude. This episode belongs on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel, dude. Anyway, nobody wants you, Miranda, in case you haven't noticed that. Okay, nobody fucking wants you. All right, so yeah, so that's going on here. Meanwhile, Carrie goes to the restaurant to meet Big. Okay, she's sitting there in the restaurant. It's a tiny little fucking restaurant that's fucking dead, which makes no sense because it's Valentine's Day. And we learned earlier in this episode from Harry and everyone else, you know, that you cannot get a fucking table at a restaurant on Valentine's Day because that's one of the busiest restaurant days of the year. Okay, but here Carrie walks in this restaurant and there's fucking barely any customers in there. Okay, so how the fuck did that happen? All right, but anyway, because that was a big plot point. And it really was, because that's why Harry and Charlotte, you know, they couldn't find a restaurant on Valentine's Day. Okay, that was a big plot point. But apparently, there's fucking plenty of tables available in this place. So she's sitting there. Aiden has not showed up. He's late. She's worried. Her phone ran out of power. Why the fuck would you go anywhere when your fucking phone has no power? That's stupid. You're supposed to do this shit when you're getting ready for work. I mean, getting ready for your day, but she didn't do it. She's wearing a trench coat thing with a fucking flowers on the back. I don't want to get into it. All right, that's not what I do here. Okay, so she asked the waiter if she can use the charger at the ordering terminal there, and they do. So she's standing there getting bumped into by other waitresses and shit while she's trying charging her phone and checking, okay? All right. Meanwhile, Naya enjoys her vibrator and stuffs her fucking fat ass with the fucking chocolate souffle that she made. Okay, yeah. Her, be by herself. By herself. She spends Valentine's Day by herself. I guess this show's trying to make it look like that's a feminist empowering message. You don't need no man to have fun at Valentine's Day. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. They're supposed to make you think that fucking men are not needed, okay? Get the fuck out of here. Men were not needed. There would be no fucking show. Dumbass. All right. Next season, Miranda. Miranda goes to this fucking Lesbo's fucking apartment. Okay, her name's Amelia. And yes, she's ugly. What'd you expect? Okay, she gets there. All right, and of course, not only the Lesbo, when she met this woman, Amelia Carsey, yeah. She was reading out loud. I guess that's what she does for a living. She records audiobooks. She was reading out loud at this bookstore, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, okay? And, of course, fucking Miranda got wet as soon as she saw her. And she waited for her outside, not knowing how long she would be inside, but she waited for her outside until she came out of there, not knowing if she was coming out there with somebody. No, but she came out there by herself, okay? And then she asked her out, and the one said, okay, yeah, let's go out, okay? So it's just like that, okay? First person she ever flirted with in her entire life, or at least since she got married some 20-something years ago. First person she ever initiated the flirtation, and she got the girl. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. I mean, they're both ugly, but come on, Miranda. Oh, God. Even if I was a lesbian, I wouldn't fuck Miranda. But anyway, so that's going on here. So she's all excited, and she's stuffing her fat ass and bragging about it to Carrie, bragging about it to Naya. Well, now she goes to fucking Emilia's apartment, okay? It's a shithole studio apartment, and I'm not putting her down for that. I used to live in a shithole studio apartment just like that, only I did not have cats, okay? Turns out Amelia's got 2 cats, okay? One of them is antisocial, so that cat is locked up in the bathroom, okay? Doesn't like people, okay? But there's cat litter and cat shit all over the floor. Amelia records her audiobooks in her fucking apartment. She sets up these curtains and shit around her tiny little kitchen area there, and that's where she records her fucking audiobooks, all right? But the whole place is a shithole, okay? There's trash everywhere. The bed, there's no sheets on the bed. Everything's fucked up. Well, bitch, why the fuck would you invite a girl to your fucking apartment for dinner if you live in a fucking shithole? You could have at least cleaned up the fucking place. You could have at least put on some nice fucking clothes, all right? But she didn't do any of that shit. She looks like fucking shit, okay? She looks like shit. Her place looks like shit. And of course, Miranda, because Miranda's very superficial when it comes to shit like that. She judges people by how much money they have and where they live, what kind of car they drive, what kind of education they have. She judges people on that. So of course, once she sees this shithole, she's like, oh my God. There's cat shit everywhere. There's cat litter everywhere. She steps in cat litter when she's trying to make out with Amelia. And then Amelia has the balls to ask her for some money. Her sheets are in the dryer. Okay, but she needs quarters to dry them. Of course, Miranda didn't bring any quarters. She was expecting like some candlelit romantic fucking dinner on a first date with a lesbo, bitch. You need to date some more lesbians, okay? They're not romantic and shit like you think they are, okay? That's heterosexual. That's not fucking a lesbo, all right? And I know lesbos, and they'll even tell me that. They're more about the boom boom, okay, than they are about the candlelight dinner and expressing your fucking feelings and roses, all right? So Miranda's all fucking pissed off at this, okay? So she ends up sitting there by herself on this bed while Amelia goes downstairs to get the fucking sheets, okay? But she decides to go across the street to get some change first, so she's gonna be gone for a while, okay? This woman obviously did not plan out the date, which means one or two things, okay? It could mean that Amelia is not really attracted to Miranda, and she asked her out on spur of the moment, and now she regrets it, but she's too much of a coward to tell Miranda, hey, don't come over, I can't do it, all right? Second of all, okay, she's broke as shit, okay? Because initially they were gonna go out to a nice restaurant on Valentine's Day, but instead she invited her over to her apartment, knowing that her apartment's a shithole. No, it's a tiny little fucking studio apartment shithole full of cat shit. Okay? Why the fuck would you invite a girl that you want to fuck to a shithole apartment like that? Even me, when I had a shithole apartment, I made sure it looked nice. I made sure it looked nice on the inside. Okay? So that a girl would feel comfortable being in there. Okay? It didn't look like shit. There wasn't shit all over the floor. There wasn't candy wrappers all over the floor. There wasn't fucking food hanging out on the counters. And there was none of that crap. Okay? And I would have looked nice if I was bringing it back. I would have looked nice before, and I sure as fuck would not have had a date with her in my apartment, okay? We would have gone somewhere else, and if things went well, then I would have brought it back to my apartment. But my apartment would have already been ready, okay, for her. The sheets would have already been washed. Everything would have been set up, okay? I would have even had food for her and drinks for her in the fucking fridge, okay? That's how a real fucking person does it, okay? But apparently the lesbos don't do that. At least that's what the fucking show wants to tell you, okay? So, of course, Miranda's all fucking pissed off. So while this is going on, she calls, Carrie calls her. So of course Miranda answers the phone because she's sitting there on the bed. And then Miranda tells Carrie, hey, listen, this place is a shithole. I don't want to fucking be here. Blah, blah, blah. This woman's not ready. She looks nasty now. Like you don't. I stepped in dog shit. I can't even go in the bathroom because there's a cat in there that hates fucking humans. So I can't even take a piss and blah, blah, blah while I'm sitting here waiting. And then of course Carrie's like, oh yeah, well, I think Aiden stood me up. He's late, blah, blah. I've not gotten a phone call from him. I'm sitting here in the restaurant, that kind of shit, right? And then Miranda says like, hey, you know what? The 35-year-old me would have stood here and waited for this girl to come back, okay? But I'm a lesbian now, and I'm 56. No, actually, you're 57, Cynthia Nixon. Okay, and I'm 56, and I don't have to put up with this shit. I'm just going to up and leave. And if she says anything to me, if she calls me, I'm just going to say I'm allergic to cats and blah, blah, blah. And that's what she decides. That's her story arc. She decides just to get up and fucking leave, all right? Well, what can I say? They're both fucking ugly, okay? So, I'm a lesbian now. Okay. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, once again, it's back to the old Sex and the City. This is the shit that always happened. A girl meets a guy, or in this case, another girl. They make out, they're about to fuck, and then something happens. Okay, there's something wrong with the other person, not with the main character, the other person, and so the main character leaves. Okay, that's what happened every fucking episode of Sex and the City. That's what happened to Carrie the other episode. Remember, she met that guy, the guy that was on a bike that she fucking broke his wrist because she was standing in the bike lane. Remember that guy? What the fuck was his name? Who gives a shit? Anyway, yes. Okay, so same thing happened with him. Okay, they were getting all hot and everything was fine, but then his fucking business partner, who's basically his wife, okay, kept calling him all the time. He always answered the phone and ignored Carrie, and so she got pissed off. Hey, you have a happy marriage, man. Okay, that's the old Sex and the City. Okay, that's what they're doing now, but they're going to do that to fucking Miranda now. Okay, because they can't have her get back with Steve. No. You imagine what would happen on a fucking major TV show? Okay, on HBO Max, no less, where the lesbian becomes straight all of a sudden. Some fucking Trump supporter wrote that script. Exactly. That's exactly what would happen. Okay. No. It's okay when a straight character becomes gay. That's fine. Okay. They have no problem with that. That's actually applauded. That's a yes. See, there's more of us than you thought. Like that. Okay. Because everybody's really gay. They just pretend to be straight because society makes them. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay. But that's the message. Okay. So it's okay to be straight and go gay. It's not okay to be gay and go straight. You'll never see that fucking happen, okay? You'll never see that fucking happen, okay? The only time I ever saw that happen was once when I saw a documentary, okay? And I know I'm not talking about Annie Hesh either. She was just a fuck up. She's a weirdo, okay? No, I saw this documentary of this woman. She was a lesbian, and she said she's always been attracted to butch, masculine looking women. That's her type, so she met some girl who was fucking butch. Acted like a man, didn't look like a man, but acted like a man and shit. So she was attracted to her, and as the relationship progressed, this butch girl said, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to start, I think I'm going to get my breasts removed and shit, So she did. Okay. And then her partner started liking her more. She said, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to start taking male hormones, grow a beard and that kind of thing, and the girl was like, oh yeah, do it. I like masculine women, So she did. Okay. And then she's like, I think I'm going to get a sex change. I think I'm going to cut this thing off and just, have a penis, and the girl's, oh yeah, I like that too. Yeah. The butcher, the better. So she had a sex change. She had gender reassignment surgery. Okay. And then she got done with it, and now she's, a man, okay, complete with everything, testosterone inside. Like, of course, she didn't have the right chromosomes, but, she's got testosterone inside of her. Her breasts are gone. She got a beard now. She got hairy arms. She got, an excuse for a fucking penis now, and she's still with the same girl, And I'm like, well, what the fuck? You're so fucking gay that you became a straight couple. That's the only time I've ever seen it happen, all right? So moving right along, okay? So Lisa and Herbert, okay, they get home from going out to their dinner reservation they had for Valentine's Day. She checks out the bed. She set the bed up in a perfect way. That way, if her son and his girlfriend were to fuck on the bed, she would know about it. She would see that as a sign of disrespect. Now, it's okay if they fuck in his bed. That's fine. They just cannot fuck in his parents' bed, okay? So she gets there in her red dress. Herbert gets there, Herbert being a pussy, and she goes into her fucking closet, okay? Her walk-in closet, which is the size of a fucking gas station, okay? She walks in there, and there's her son, Herbert Jr., with his white girlfriend, okay? His white girlfriend is posing for pictures on Instagram with a purse. It's the same person that Lisa had on earlier at the university, okay? At the high school, at the private school where she was picking up her son, okay? The pretty yellow purse, okay? That his girlfriend complimented her on, okay? Well, here she is posing for pictures in the purse, and fucking her son is taking the picture, so she kicks her out of the fucking, hey, you are not allowed in here. You have violated my private space. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so yeah, she does not like this girl. Why does she not like this girl? I don't know. We don't really barely know her son, Herbert Jr. This is like the first time I think he's had like a speaking role or something. We've seen him in the background, but he never really said anything. Okay, it's the first time they ever did any sort of a focus on him. Okay, and obviously he's black, his parents are black, but his girlfriend's white. So I'm trying to guess why on earth would fucking Lisa Todd Wesley not like this girl, okay? I mean, she's wealthy. She goes to the same private school as her son, okay? So why would she not? The only thing I can think of is that she's white. She doesn't want her son dating a white girl. That's the only reason I can think that she does not like this girl, okay? There's nothing else that I've seen. Like, oh, okay, yeah, she grabs his crotch in public, okay? But, you know, teenagers are teenagers, okay? I mean, I was doing shit like that, too, okay? When I was in high school, I remember one time I was making out with my girlfriend at the fucking train, okay, in front of the fucking subway train, okay? In the train station. And a cop came up to us and broke us up. Like, oh, yeah, but we were kids. We were 17. What the fuck, man, you know? Kids do kid things, all right? So that's going on. That's the only thing I think of. But anyway, they kick her out. They kick out his girlfriend, all right? And of course, Herbert Jr. like, Dad, say something, Dad, be a man. You know, and Herbert, oh, okay, sweetheart, I'll talk to him. Go, let me talk to him, okay? Let me be the father in this family. I'm going to talk to my son in private. So Lisa leaves. She walks out of there. And he walks up to his son, and he's like, son, you're on your own. You can't go into your mom's closet. I can't protect you from that. You know who your mother is? Sex is one thing, but your mother's clothes, that's another. And I also noticed that he didn't say our closet. He said your mother's closet. Okay, like everything else, she owns everything. He just pays for everything. You know. Have you lost your mind? You can't bother your mother. That's basically what he does. Yeah, that's the kind of father he is. All right, moving right along. Carrie calls Miranda, blah, blah. Aiden's okay. We already talked about that, okay? Aiden texts Carrie, okay? He texts her and says, where are you at? She's like, I'm here. He's like, well, I'm here and I don't see you. And she's like, and then she goes outside and she realized she's in the wrong restaurant. It's the one next door. Okay, there's the number 60 there. So she assumed it was the restaurant on the left side, but no, it's the restaurant on the right side. So, oh, I'm going to come out right now. Okay, so Aiden also thought that she stood him up. Okay. So Aiden's there, okay, and so they both go outside to the sidewalk, okay, to see each other, and sure enough, there he is, okay, Aiden. It's John Corbett, okay. Yes, Aiden from fucking Sex and the City. He also appeared in the Sex and the City, the movie Part 2, where he kissed Carrie while she was in Dubai, okay. Yeah, but she was married to Big when that happened, and that's the last time she saw him, okay, was in Sex and the City, the movie Part 2. All right, so there he is. Of course, he's 62 years old in real life. He's got no gray hair, so obviously he colors it, okay, but he's standing there, and he's still being the same man. Hey there, Carrie. He kind of has that drawl in his voice, you know. Hey, Carrie. It's good to see you again. He's got that squint. He always looks like he's squinting. Carrie. You know, I really missed you, Carrie. And of course, he's like, what, 6'7" and shit? He's a fucking giant. Anyway, so he's there, okay. There's this big uncomfortable silence. And of course, Carrie's all fucking happy and excited and wet. Okay, because she's reliving her youth again. This is her, well, technically it's her third chance with Aiden. Because she fucked it up the first 2 times. Okay, and the fact that Aiden would even bother to see her again after all that, this shit belongs to, this would never happen in real life, okay? Now, if a guy was a simp, it would happen, okay? If a guy was very lonely, very insecure with women, very beta male behavior, they would do this, okay? They would go back with a girl, as long as she's pretty, they would go back with her no matter what. No matter how many times this girl cheated on him, no matter how many times she left him for another guy, no matter how many times she broke his heart, he would go back to her, okay? If this guy was a simp, a beta male with no fucking self-esteem. But Aiden is not those things, okay? He is not that thing at all, okay? He is kind of that thing, okay, but he should know better, especially by now. He should know a lot better, okay? He knows that not every woman out there is right for you, okay? For some reason, he wants to go back to Carrie. Why? Doesn't matter how nice she is right now. You already know what she's like. You already know what she's willing to do to you, okay? And the only reason she's trying to talk to you right now is because her fucking husband died, okay? Because she killed her husband. She killed Big. Yes, she fucking killed Big, okay? She didn't call an ambulance for him when he was suffering. He was still alive when she found him, okay? She didn't call an ambulance. She smothered him. She smothered him while he was going through a heart attack. Okay, no, she fucking murdered Big, all right? But Aiden, I mean, me personally, if some girl that fucked me over a long time ago called me back and wanted to see, I might go have dinner with her. You know, if it was convenient, if I was in the area and I was available at that time, I might have dinner with her to catch up, okay? But would I get back together with her? Fuck no. Fuck no. The only time I'd ever do something like that is when I was younger. When I was younger and more immature and more petty. Okay, in my 20s and my 30s, I would. Sometimes I would get back with a girl that fucked me over, but the only reason I did it was to get back at her, okay? It was to fucking cheat on her so she would know what it was like what she put me through, okay? And I would never look for a girl, okay, that fucked me over to try to get back with her. I would wait for them to call me. If a girl that fucked me over called me all of a sudden and wanted to see me again, then I would fuck her over. But I never went looking for the girl to fuck her back, and I never did that, okay? So, but I did that in my 20s and 30s. I'm older now, okay? It's just petty shit like that's not important anymore. It's just a waste of time, a waste of energy, okay? So no, I wouldn't do that. So if I was Aiden's age, 62, I sure as fuck wouldn't see Carrie again. I might talk to her on the phone, but that's it. That's fucking it, okay? The closest thing is I had a girlfriend in high school who dumped me. This was like when I was like 16 or so. I was like very young, okay? And then I found, I actually ran into her last year. Yeah. And we actually hung out, okay? But we were so different by now, okay? We both were not 16 anymore. We're adults now. We're middle-aged now. You know, we've got kids of our own shit. So it's like, you know, we're totally different people now, okay? And, she didn't look the way she did when she was 16, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sure I don't either, okay? I've got a lot more muscle now than I did back then, but let's just say she didn't look like she did when she was 16, and we'll leave it at that, all right? And that girl broke my heart. Oh my God, I cried for months over her. Yeah, but anyway, moving around, that's my story, okay? So Aiden's there, he's all nice and polite to her, you know. So they're talking and shit, you know. He has no gray hair, okay? He did read her book about Big. Okay, and he apologized for not calling her. He's like, yeah, I read your book. I heard about John. I'm sorry to hear about that. But, I didn't know how, if it was appropriate for me to call you about that. Okay, which makes sense. I'd be leery too. If the girl that fucking, that broke my heart for another guy, that left me for another guy and cheated on me with another guy, then married that other guy, then that other guy died, it would be kind of weird for me to call her and say, hey, I'm sorry your husband died. Because, it kind of wouldn't ring true. Okay. But yeah, I'm not John, but Aiden was actually, he was actually nice to fucking to Big. He was actually nice to him. Like that would never happen. Okay, I would never be nice to a guy that fucked my girlfriend. Okay, no, not afterwards. Yeah, I could. Okay, but not if he was fucking her while she was my girlfriend. I couldn't be nice to that guy. I'm sorry, I couldn't. Okay? But Aiden he's one of those guys. Okay, because they don't know how to write straight guys. Okay, Aiden was a gay guy's idea of what a straight guy is. He's dumb, he's stupid, okay, and he'll always take back a girl no matter how much she shits on him, okay? basically a feminist wet dream, all right? But unfortunately, he's still that way, okay? So there's an uncomfortable silence about that, he said, I read your book, and I found it sad but beautiful. No, dude, you're still a pussy. You're still a pussy, Aiden. Nobody says that. Nobody says, hey, yeah, I read your book and I found it sad but beautiful. No. This is a girl that fucked you over. Okay, there's nothing sad or beautiful about her, okay? What the fuck? And Carrie's like, well, I'm better now. Well, good. Is there anyone new in your life? What the fuck you think? Why the fuck you think she's on a date with you, dumbass? Why would you ask something like that? It's already implied. The fact that you showed up and she showed up means she's not fucking anybody, or she doesn't care about that person. Same thing with you, okay? And Carrie's like, is someone new in your life? And Carrie's like, yeah, every day. Okay. Okay, she didn't say that, but she might as well have. I mean, come on. He's like, well, I'm still single and lonely too, Carrie. 10 years, just like that. I look at you and like, 10 years, just like that. Just 10 years, just like that. I'm lonely and I'm single and depressed and horny. And I can't get laid either, Carrie. So yeah, 10 years, just like that. So they both thought they stood each other up, okay? And you know, and I can't remember if it's Carrie or Aiden says, we're in the same place. We're both in the same place. We're old, we're lonely, we color our hair. Oh my God. Anyway, so that's going on. So they take a cab. Well, yeah, I guess cabs still exist in 2023. I don't know. They take a cab back to her brownstone. And Aiden's kind of fucking like weirded out. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, Carrie, you told me we were going back to your place. I assumed you lived in a different place, Carrie. This is the same place you lived in back when we were going together. And she's like, yeah, I moved back in, but don't worry, I redecorated everything. And he's like, he won't go up the stairs. She's walking up there and he stops. She's like, what is it? What's wrong? You know? Back in, you know, he's like, you know, Carrie, at the restaurant, that felt great. You know, like back where we started, okay? But this feels like back where we ended. You know? Remember the wall? Remember the fucking wall that I couldn't break down? I remember that. Because he was breaking down that window. He was actually sanding her floors while she was fucking big at a hotel. He was doing thousands of dollars worth of fucking home reconstruction for her for free while she was fucking big behind his back. And Big was married at the time. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the kind of person Carrie Bradshaw is, all right? Okay, he's like, remember the wall that I couldn't break down? That was a metaphor for their relationship. He couldn't break down her walls. Okay, hence she wouldn't wear the engagement ring on her finger. She wore it around her neck. She forgot that she was engaged. You know, she said no amount of planning in the wedding with Aiden at all. You know, that kind of thing, you know. That wall I couldn't break through. Remember the floors? Remember those fucking floors that I spent hours working on while you were fucking big behind my back? Remember that, Carrie? She's like, yeah, I do. He's like, well, all that stuff's bad, Carrie. And all that bad stuff is in there. He's like, well, it's the same place, Aiden, but we're not in the same place. Well, technically you are, bitch. You're in the fucking same apartment. But we're not in the same place anymore. And I redecorated it. And come on, Aiden. It wasn't all bad. He's like, you swear to God, you fucking entitled bitches, okay? You think that you can just get any guy that you want, okay? Anytime you want, at any age, okay? This is bullshit, okay? Ladies, okay? If you're Carrie's age and you're trying to get your ex-boyfriend back, the one that you fucked over 20-something fucking years ago, he's not gonna come back to you. He's not gonna fucking come back to you, okay? More than likely, he's dead. He's married on his third or second wife or some shit. He's got kids, okay? Or he's happy with somebody else. He's got a girlfriend. He's happy with somebody else, okay? The fact that he would be still available and still single, okay, and still available to you, which means that he still likes you enough to see you again, okay? That's fucking bullshit, okay? That's bullshit. Okay, nobody meets all those criterias. Try it, okay? It don't fucking work. And even if they did, they wouldn't even look the same, okay? So this is fantasy here. This is bullshit. I hope, ladies, that you see that this is fantasy, okay? This would not happen in real life, okay? I would not even get back with the girls from my past, not the ones that fucked me over. I would never do that. And it's not because it would have nothing to do with what she looked like. I don't give a shit if she looked like fucking Pamela Anderson. If she fucked me over, I would not get back with her. I wouldn't. Unless it was to get the revenge. but I'm not about that anymore, okay? That's the immature young me. Okay, I'm too old for that shit now, okay? I wouldn't even fucking give her the time of day, okay? He doesn't even fucking live in New York. He lives in Virginia. He's just visiting. Okay, for what? For what? To get back with Carrie, the girl that fucked you over twice? Come on. No, that would never happen, okay? Okay, but the show will make you think that it would, all right? So Aiden is speechless. He just said he's I can't. He can't go back inside. Okay, he can't go in there. Okay, not with all that bad history. Okay, and I can understand that. He sees that apartment. Yes, he had a lot of good times there. That's where he fell in love with Carrie, in that apartment. Okay, but he also fucking got his heart broken in that apartment. Remember, more than once. He already knows how this story's going to end. It ends the way it always ends. Okay? Just because Big is dead doesn't mean that she's a different person. She's still the same person. We know what she's capable of. Now, normally, if this was a real woman, I would say, yeah, but she's too old to do that. She's too old to fuck Aiden over again. She's too old to fucking, to fuck guys over the way she used to when she was younger, okay? She's too old for that. She's changed. She's not going to go there again. So Aiden's got nothing to worry about this time, okay? And to that, I say bullshit. You know why? Because the show's written by fucking gay guys and men with vaginas. Okay, and all they'll have to do is snap their fingers and boom, some hot fucking young, well-hung stud with ripped abs and chiseled features is going to be fucking Carrie in the next episode, okay? And he's going to fall in love with her even though he's like 24 years old, okay? Because that's what this fucking show does, okay? It's a fucking sci-fi channel. Okay, so no, I'm going to disagree with you. If this was realistically, I would say yes, but no, it's not. This is fucking just like crap, all right? And that well-hung stud is going to be trans too. All right, moving right along, okay? Never going in there. Aiden tells her, Carrie, I'm never going in there again. And Carrie's like, I understand, Aiden. I guess time doesn't heal everything. Yeah, so once she's putting the blame on him. It's his fault that he won't go back in there. She's okay with it. He's the one that's not, so there's something wrong with him, okay? See, you need to get over this shit, Aiden, is what she's trying to say, okay? No matter how much you wanted to, time doesn't heal everything. And so Aiden's like, I should go. Yes, you should go. And I was actually excited to see Aiden walk away. Because I was like, yes, you never should have shown up in the first place. You should have just had a phone call with her and that would have been it, okay? Get the fuck out of here, okay? Then he gets across the street, turns and he says, fuck it! It's New York, they got hotels here. And then he runs back to her, like fucking slow motion almost, and Carrie's like, and they fucking start kissing each other, all that kind of bullshit, right? He goes back here and they have a kiss. Okay, yeah, that's how this fucking episode ends. Okay, bullshit. The only thing I can say about this ending here is, Aiden, you get what you deserve. Okay, I have no sympathy for you. I had no sympathy for you on Sex and the City. The only time I felt sorry for Aiden was the first time Carrie fucked him over. Okay, the first time. Okay, when she admitted to him, he didn't catch her. She admitted to him during Charlotte's wedding. That she had been fucking Big behind his back, and the only reason she did it was because Big's wife caught her at their apartment. Okay, and so therefore she had to end it with Big because the wife knew about it now. Natasha knew about their affair now. Okay, so she had to end it with Big, and because she had to end it with Big, she felt I might as well come clean with Aiden, my boyfriend, and tell him that I've been fucking my ex the whole time. Okay, that's the only reason she admitted to it. He did not find out on his own. Okay, he dumped her at that wedding, but then he took her back. Like the next season after he got a haircut, he took her back. And then she fucking refused to marry him. Okay, she was already wearing the engagement ring. He already asked her, but he said, let's just get married right now. And she's like, but I don't want to get married. He's like, why not? And she turned it around, made it his fault. Okay, she made it look like the reason he wanted to get married right now was because she was still in love with Big. Okay, which she was. Okay, but she wasn't gonna tell him that. Okay, she wasn't gonna tell him that. So he's like, I can't believe I'm here again. Well, guess what, Aiden? I can believe you're here again, because guess what? You're here again now, okay? So when Carrie fucks you over again this time, okay, you can't say you didn't see it coming. You can't say you didn't know. I thought you were a good girl. No, not at all, dude. Yeah, you walked yourself into this. So therefore, dude, I wipe my hands clean to you, okay? Turn in your fucking man card. Actually, you turned it in back in 2001, okay, after Carrie cheated on you after the first time, and you took her back after she already cheated on you the first time, okay? Then you took her back. Okay, dude, you should have turned in your man card back then, okay? You're no man, in my opinion. You're a nice guy, okay, but you're easily walked all over. You're easily walked on by the women in your lives who tell you what to do, who bully you around, who fuck you over, and you keep asking for seconds and thirds and fourths and fifths, okay? Just like every other man on this fucking show. All right. I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review when the next episode drops tomorrow. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.